Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather tonight. We pay our respects to the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, and to their elders and leaders, past, present, and emerging. And we extend that respect to any First Nations people joining us this evening. Good evening once again. Distinguished guests, Your Excellency Ambassador Rade Stefanović, respected community leaders, partners, and dear friends. On behalf of the Australian Serbian Chamber of Commerce and the Embassy of the Republic of Serbia in the Commonwealth of Australia, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to this special gala evening. Tonight, we gather for three important reasons. First, we proudly celebrate 6 decades of friendship, cooperation, and partnership between Serbia and Australia. Second, this year, the Australian Serbian Commerce Chamber celebrates 10 years since its establishment. Over the past decade, the Chamber has worked to strengthen economic ties and build bridges between Serbian and Australian businesses. And third, tonight's gathering also has an important humanitarian purpose. All net proceedings from this evening will be donated to St. Sava College in Sydney, the first Serbian Orthodox secondary school in Australia. St. Sava College represents the future of our community, a beacon of education, heritage, and identity for the next generation. Throughout the evening, we warmly encourage your generosity in supporting this important cause. Before acknowledging our partners and sponsors, we would like to extend our sincere gratitude to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Serbia, in particular to the Office for Cooperation with Diaspora and the Serbs in the region. Their continued support of initiatives that strengthen the connection between Serbia and its diaspora communities around the world, like us, plays a vital role in preserving our shared identity and fostering cooperation across borders. We are deeply grateful for their support of initiatives such as tonight's gathering. Let's give a round of applause. We would also like to acknowledge the Bonarig Sports Club, a long-standing pillar of the Serbian community in Sydney. The story of Bonarig Sports Club began in 1966, when land in Bonarig was purchased with a vision of creating a cultural and community center for Serbian migrants in Australia. Over the decades, it became an important home for Serbian cultural life, hosting folklore groups, community festivals, and sporting organizations, including the famous Bonarig White Eagles Football Club. Today, Bonarig Sports Club continues to play a vital role in supporting Serbian heritage, culture, and community life in Australia. We sincerely thank Bonarig Sports Club for their continued support of initiatives that bring our community together. Another round of applause, please. We would also like to extend a heartfelt thank you to our silver sponsor, Design Q. Why do you think everything looks so beautiful tonight? Led by founder Peđa Srebro, Design Q has delivered world-class design and digital solutions over the past 20 years. And this premier full-service agency provides a complete end-to-end suite of creative web and marketing expertise. And I'm one of their customers too. A global firm, Design Q bridges Sydney and Belgrade, employing Australian talent alongside highly skilled experts in Serbia to support organizations worldwide. For nearly 2 decades, Peđa has been instrumental in supporting the Australian Serbian community, most notably as founder and director of the Serbian Festival in Sydney. We are incredibly grateful to Peđa and his team for their support of tonight's gala. Please join me in a warm round of applause for Design Q. Thank you, Peđa and team. Ladies and gentlemen, let's please stand for the national anthems. Performed by the Lazarikon Choir, we will first hear the national anthem of Australia, followed by the national anthem of the Republic of Serbia.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soil and wealth for all, our home is is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, of beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strength then let us sing, advance Australia fair. Može pravde ti što spase od propasti do sad nas. Čuj od sad naše glase i od sad nam budi spas. Moćnom rukom vodi brani budućnosti srpske brod. Može spasi, može brani srpske zemlje, srpski rod. Srbiju nam Bože brani, moliti se sav naš rod.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. It is now my pleasure to invite Mr. Saša Savić, President of the Australian Serbian Commerce Chamber, to deliver the opening remarks. For those of you who may not know, Saša is the President and founder of the Australian Serbian Chamber of Commerce, a non-for-profit association dedicated to strengthening trade, investment, and socio-economic ties between Serbia and Australia. As a senior finance and tax leader with over 25 years of local and global experience in executive leadership roles across leading ASX and NYSE-listed organizations, including KPMG, BP, Shell, Viva Energy, Macmillan, Shakespeare, and most recently as a managing director at Felix Partners. With in-depth experience gained across multiple industries with a focus on finance and taxation, his specialty is to add value by helping businesses achieve financial discipline and genuine market growth. Saša is also accredited by the Australian Tax Institute as a chartered tax advisor. Guys, get his number afterwards, specializing in corporate governance, risk management, finance, and taxation law. He also serves as the executive director on the boards of multiple other organizations and startups. Thank you, Saša.
Dobro večer, dragi prijatelji. Good evening, distinguished guests. Your Excellency, Rade Stefanović, Ambassador of the Republic of Serbia, Jakov Rogan, the Consul General in Sydney, Father Miodrag Perić, who's here on table 9 with us, and many other distinguished guests. We are gathered at this prestigious venue, the Sydney Intercontinental, for an incredible gala event tonight. Looking around this room, I don't just see a guest list. I see leaders and I see a living bridge. I see the architects of a relationship that spans 2 continents and 2 cultures. Tonight, we call this Veče Prijateljstva I Ponosa, an evening of friendship and honour. And there is so much that all of you tonight should be proud of. We stand at a unique intersection of history tonight, which is a double jubilee. We are celebrating 60 years of diplomatic relations between Belgrade and Canberra, and the 10 years of the Australian Serbian Chamber of Commerce. 10 years ago, ASCC began with more than just a vision, a handful of dedicated individuals in a small room. We had humble beginnings, but we had a massive ambition, and that is to prove that Serbian Australian community is more than just a social diaspora, but an economic powerhouse. On behalf of the ACC board, I'd like to express my sincere thank you to the executive team who's here tonight, Mr. Stevan Šipka, our Vice President, over in the back corner, and who's one of the co-founders, Mr. Goran Droždibob, as well, who's our Secretary, and Mihailo Matković, who's our Executive Director in Belgrade. as well as their predecessors. Thank you. For their tireless work over the last 10 years. That vision was only made possible because of the companies that stood by us when we were just an idea. We've grown in excess of 50 companies today and individual members, with our foundation members being the bedrock of the Chamber, and I'm so pleased that several of them are here with us tonight. I would like to personally acknowledge, and I hope I don't forget anyone, but we have here with us tonight, Beo Travel, Mr. Vaso Despotovic. Please raise your hand, make yourself known to the room. Thank you, Vaso. Mr. Aleksandar Kovacevic from Adameus. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I always struggle with that name. Mr. Dalibor Ivkovic from Sales Tracker. I know he's not with us here tonight, but I'm sure he's with us in his thoughts. Mr. Radomir Vranašević from Fusion Professionals. Thank you. And a number of incredible individual members that are also here in the room. You have been with us from day one, through every challenge and every milestone. Our 10-year journey is actually your journey, and your loyalty has been the fuel of our success. Over these 10 years, the landscape has shifted literally beneath our feet. The two-way trade between our two nations has seen consistent growth, growing to almost $200 million between the two nations. But the numbers only tell half the story. The real story, and perhaps the most promising chapter in the Australian market, lies with the diaspora and the businesses which has been the Chamber's cornerstone, as well as the larger Australian companies that lead significant projects over in Serbia. We are seeing an incredible wave of emerging momentum, which has been building up for quite some time. And one example of this are a number of leading Serbian tech companies that are doing business in Australia as we speak, providing high-value services to the Australian enterprises. This existing foundation of excellence is in fact the driving engine of our modern economic relationship, proving that Serbia's digital talent is a perfect match for Australia's corporate ambition. We have evolved from a networking group into a premier community-based organisation, helping people and businesses connect, expand and grow. But we didn't achieve this in isolation. Our success is built on a foundation of strategic alignment. I want to specifically acknowledge here tonight the Serbian Embassy in Canberra. In particular, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to His Excellency Ambassador Rade Stefanovic and his dedicated team. Your tireless support and your personal commitment to the Chamber and the Australian Serbian community overall have been instrumental in our growth and success. Thank you. And of course, we had all looked forward to welcoming a high-level ministerial delegation tonight. However, as many of you know, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Marko Đurić, and his delegation, which I think numbered some 11 people, are not with us tonight or are unable to join because of unforeseen travel complications caused by the current events in the Middle East. While the Minister is not with us physically in the room tonight, his enthusiasm for the Australian-Serbian Chamber of Commerce, our mission and strengthening of our bilateral ties remains a driving force behind our recent diplomatic momentum. We are grateful for his support and the support from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Serbia for generously providing the financial support and making this night possible tonight. So together, we've delivered a landmark Serbian Diaspora Summit last September in Melbourne. And a few years back, we supported the signing of the Social Security Agreement, providing certainty for thousands of people living between the two countries. As I stand here tonight, in conjunction with the Embassy, we continue to push for that final frontier, and that is the economic architecture being the double tax agreement between Commonwealth of Australia and the Republic of Serbia. Let me be clear, DTA is not just a technicality or a piece of paperwork. It is the single most important unlocked Tier 1 investment between two of our countries. I happened to be recently in Belgrade in Serbia and was fortunate enough to be able to visit a number of our members over there. And let me tell you, every meeting I held over there reinforced the same message. Our members and the wider business community are ready to scale and they need this agreement to do so. Our chamber will continue the mission of strategic advocacy and lobbying at the highest levels of government until that agreement is concluded. But what makes ASCC very unique is our DNA. We are, at the end of the day, a volunteer-run professional chamber with representation in Melbourne, Sydney and Belgrade. Our board and our members give their time and expertise because they believe in the mission. We have built a permanent presence on the ground in both Australia and Serbia, providing a soft landing for companies that no other chamber can match. And the trajectory is only pointing up. This year we officially launched ASCC Next Gen to see our younger professionals taking the lead. People like Dragana, who's here with us in the room, who's here tonight, and this gives us immense confidence. And they aren't just leaders of tomorrow, they are the driving digital and creative trade of today. And finally, I'd like to speak to the heart of this evening. Our success in business is hollow if it doesn't serve the community. Following the success of the recent event with the Princip organisation at the MCG in Melbourne, and I think we've got a representative who's here tonight. Thank you. We've turned this into a philanthropic purpose, and tonight is a donor event, with all net proceeds from the evening going directly to the St. Sava College, based here in Sydney. As a lot of you know, especially the ones who are based here in Sydney, St. Sava College is more than a school. It's the first Serbian Orthodox secondary school in Australia, which serves our language, our faith, our history, which will be preserved for the next 60 years and beyond. I encourage you all to be generous tonight. Dragana from our Next Gen team is here to assist the donations via cash or QR codes. And we'll also say a few words in just a few minutes to introduce the evening. Let's make sure that we can grow our businesses, but also grow our heritage. And here with us tonight is Lela Vukovic from the St. Sava College. Thank you, Lela, for joining us. In my closing remarks, I'd like to thank our principal partners and sponsors, the Bonnerick Sports Club and Design Q, for making this night possible. As we work towards the next decade, let us remember that the bridge between Serbia and Australia is not made out of steel or concrete. It is made by the people in this very room. Please join me to 60 years of diplomacy, 10 years of ASCC, and to the enduring friendship between Australia and Serbia. Živeli, and please enjoy the wonderful evening and hospitality ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sasha. Before I invite Ambassador Stefanovic to the stage, I would like to read quickly a bio of His Excellency. His Excellency Ambassador Rade Stefanovic is a career diplomat with over 20 years of service at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Serbia. A distinguished graduate of the Faculty of Law at the University of Belgrade, he completed his studies at the Diplomatic Academy of Serbia in Montenegro in 2004 as the best student of his generation. Since joining the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Stefanovic has built a distinguished diplomatic career, holding senior positions in Belgrade and abroad. He served as a Deputy Secretary General of the Ministry for Foreign Affairs, Deputy Head of Mission at the Embassy of Serbia in Slovenia, and as a diplomat at the Embassy of Croatia. That would not have been easy. In 2022, he was appointed Ambassador Extraordinary of the Republic of Serbia to the Commonwealth of Australia, and since then, he has also been accredited to New Zealand, Fiji, Nauru, Tuvalu, Vanuatu, and the Solomon Islands. Can we please give a round of applause? Ambassador, before I give you the floor, on behalf of the Serbian Council of Australia and the host, ASCC, we have prepared a little gift for you. We want to thank you for your leadership, vision, and for bringing us here together. This is for you.
Thank you.
Hvala vama.
Thank you. I didn't know about it, so thank you. Visoko prečasni oci, very reverend fathers, Mr. Jakov Rogan, Consul General of the Republic of Serbia in Sydney, Dear local councillors, Lana Formosa and Bojan Milković from Dandenong, Mihajlo Mijatović and Milovan Karajčić for Fairfield, dear Mr. Stanislav Savić, President of the Australian Serbian Commerce Chamber and members of the Chamber, dragi učiteljice, dear teachers of the Serbian language schools throughout Australia, dear representatives of the Serbian associations and organizations in Australia, and forgive me for not trying to mention anyone in particular now. I would probably and definitely forget someone, and I don't want to do that. There are so many, and I'm so glad to see so many of you here. Dragi sunarodnici, dragi gosti, dear compatriots, ladies and gentlemen, veliko mi je zadovoljstvo da vas ovog mesta sve pozdravim u ime ambasade Republike Srbije u Australiji, u ime mojih koleginica i kolega iz ambasade i generalnog konzulata u Sidneju i naravno u svoje lično ime, a povodom događaja koje smo simbolično nazvali Veče prijateljstva i časti. Bearing in mind all present guests, please allow me to continue in English. It is my great pleasure to greet you all this evening on behalf of the Embassy of the Republic of Serbia to the Commonwealth of Australia, on behalf of my colleagues from the Embassy and Consulate General in Sydney, and on my own behalf, at the beginning of the event, symbolically named the Evening of Friendship and Honor, jointly organized by the Australian Serbian Commerce Chamber and the Embassy of the Republic of Serbia in Australia. I would have been much more pleased if I were able also to greet here Mr. Marko Đurić, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Serbia, and the members of the official delegation of the Republic of Serbia, who were scheduled to arrive earlier this week for a bilateral visit to Australia. However, I regret to inform that due to the crisis situation in the Middle East, disruption of flights, and the need to engage in the priority evacuation of the numerous Serbian citizens from that region, the bilateral visit of the Minister Đurić to Australia had to be postponed. I would like to convey both his and my sincere apologies for him not being able to join us tonight. Minister Đurić remains keen to visit Australia later this year, especially bearing in mind the important anniversary which we are commemorating tonight and in this year. I hope soon there would be a new opportunity for at least some of you, if not all, to meet the minister. Although he is not physically with us tonight, he's very much with us in his mind and heart. He prepared a special video address for this occasion, and I would like to ask for your attention for us to jointly hear his message.
Velika mi je čast da se obratim predstavnicima snažne i ugledne srpske zajednice u Australiji, koja sa sobom nosi deo naše tradicije, kulture i duha, bez obzira na geografsku udaljenost. Desetine hiljada ljudi u Australiji ponosno ističe svoje srpsko poreklo, jezik i istoriju. Kada jedna zajednica prirodno i dostojanstveno čuva svoje korene, ona ne zatvara vrata društvu u kome živi, već ga oplemenjuje i obogaćuje. Upravo zato je važno da se pripadnost ne skriva i ne zanemaruje, već da se sa ponosom pokazuje kao što to vi činite. Dear friends, the strength of our unity was affirmed at the first conference of the Serbian diaspora in Australia, held in September of 2025 in Melbourne. I'm pleased that more than 120 representatives of organizations, the Serbian Orthodox Church, gathered on that occasion in a common desire to strengthen the ties between our people and reinforce the relations with the mother country. This year, we are also marking 60 years of diplomatic relations between Belgrade and Canberra. Relations between Serbia and Australia over the past decade have not been shaped solely through institutional cooperation, but also through the lives and successes of our diaspora in Australia. Serbs in Australia, although far from their homeland, have managed to foster their language and traditions, and at the same time to become active and respected members of the Australian society. Dear compatriots, one of our strongest bonds remains the Serbian language and the Cyrillic script, not only as a means of communication, but as the foundation and testimony of our identity. As the progenitor of the Serbian state, Stefan Nemanja, stated in his testament to his son Saint Sava, "Guard, my dear child, the language as you guard a country." A word can be lost as a city, as a country, as a soul. And what is a nation if it loses its language, country, soul? We are proud of the fact that the Republic of Serbia supports the work of supplementary schools of Serbian language throughout Australia and New Zealand. Today, we are proud that hundreds of children attend classes in several Australian cities, from Brisbane and Canberra through Melbourne and Adelaide to Auckland and Hamilton. Dragi prijatelji, vaš ugled i uspesi u Australiji su više od ličnog dostignuća. Oni su dokaz snage jednog naroda koji doprinosi i poštuje zemlju u kojoj živi, a istovremeno ne zaboravlja svoje korene. Srbija je ponosna na vas i na ono što istovremeno činite i za zajednicu iz koje potičete i za zemlju u kojoj živite. Hvala vam što čuvate svoje korene, što učite svoju decu srpskom jeziku i tradiciji, što stvarate veze i gradite nova prijateljstva između Srba i Australijanaca. Budite uvereni, ma koliko hiljada kilometara nas razdvajalo, da uvek ostajete važan i neraskidiv deo naše zajednice. Živeli. A sada, nadam se da je ambasador pripremio dovoljno ćevapa i naših pića za sve.
Dear friends, as we could hear from the minister's address, the Republic of Serbia is determined to further improve political dialogue with Australia and strengthen all our overall bilateral relations and sees the Serbian community in Australia as indispensable factor in this process. This evening, we have several important anniversaries to commemorate, including the 60th anniversary of the diplomatic links between Belgrade and Canberra and the 10th anniversary of the Australian-Serbian Commerce Chamber. Serbia and Australia have a long joint history. Although the diplomatic presence in Belgrade and Canberra was officially established in 1966, the history of people-to-people relations are much older and stronger. Serbia and Australia fought together as allies in both world wars, and these fundamental links are still very vivid. Serbia paid a high price for freedom in the Great War, losing more than a quarter of its pre-war population of about 4 million and 62% of the working-age male population. It is my special pleasure to greet and welcome Serbo-Australian historian Mr. Bojan Pajic and several descendants of the Anzacs who fought alongside with the Serbian army during the First World War. Serbia does not forget its allies and cherishes the memory of the women and men who contributed to its freedom, including Australians and New Zealanders. A very warm welcome. I'm also glad to see so many of you here today from all around Australia, representatives of the Serbian Orthodox Church, different associations and clubs, prominent individuals and leaders of the Serbian community in politics, economy, culture, sports, academia, and public life. I'm extremely pleased that less than 6 months ago in mid-September last year in Melbourne, the Embassy of the Republic of Serbia, in cooperation with the Australian-Serbian Chamber of Commerce and with the financial support of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Office for Cooperation with the Diaspora and the Serbs in the region, successfully organized the first conference of the Serbian diaspora in Australia. As the Minister said, indeed a landmark event which brought together more than 120 members of the Serbian community from all parts of Australia, including many of you here tonight also. One of the key messages and conclusions of the conference was precisely the need for even better connection between the Serbian community throughout Australia, for strengthening Serbian cultural identity, as well as building lasting ties between Serbia and Australia. This evening is another step in that direction. We are gathered here to extend the hand of friendship, but also to show our pride being the Serbs or of the Serbian ancestry. That is something we should proudly and openly always carry with us. According to the Australian census from 2021, 94,997 persons declared to have the Serbian ancestry. But the estimate of the Republic of Serbia is that number is actually much higher, between 150 and 180,000. The official census in Australia is held every 5 years, which means there will be a new census later this year, in August. I believe I do not need to emphasize how important it is for you, your relatives, your neighbors and friends, if Serbs, to declare their ancestry. A growing number of people of the Serbian ancestry will significantly contribute to the better outcomes of the Serbian community in Australia. The Embassy of the Republic of Serbia in Canberra will also continue to support all activities that contribute to these outcomes and to the overall improvement and strengthening of the links between Serbia and Australia. The Republic of Serbia strives to maintain and nurture its ties with the members of the Serbian people, regardless where they are in the world, by developing personal, cultural, scientific, sporting, and all other types of relationships. A month ago, on 15 February, we jointly commemorate Sretenje, the statehood day of the Republic of Serbia, by proudly raising the Serbian flag at the Federation Square in Melbourne, in the heart of Australia's largest city, which had a great symbolic significance for both Republic of Serbia and the Serbian community, not only in Melbourne and the state of Victoria, but also throughout Australia. I would especially like to thank Councillor Lana Janković-Formoso and the Serbian Council of Australia, SCOFA, on excellent cooperation with the embassy on this matter. Several members of SCOFA are present here tonight, so let me especially greet the president of this organization, Mr. John Jeremic, and his lovely wife, Natalia. Dear guests, the inalienable right of all Serbs is to preserve and foster Serbian culture and Serbian national identity, to use the Serbian language and Cyrillic as its native script, to study Serbian culture, national history, and to foster the heroic, just, and libertarian tradition of the Serbian people, to study folklore, literature, and art. Poštovani sunarodnici, Republika Srbija vidi srpsku zajednicu u Australiji kao važan faktor u bilateralnim odnosima, kao most saradnje između dve države i kohezioni faktor koji pozitivno doprinosi ukupnoj atmosferi u odnosima, ali i koja potencijalno predstavlja katalizator daljeg razvoja tih odnosa. Republika Srbija nastavit će da sprovodi mere i podržava sve aktivnosti koje doprinose očuvanju nacionalnog, kulturnog i jezičkog identiteta Srba po svetu, kao i jačanju njihovih veza sa Republikom Srbijom kao matičnom državom srpskog naroda. I'm also extremely proud of the fact that the Republic of Serbia strongly supports all activities that contribute to the preservation of the Serbian language and Cyrillic script, culture, national identity of the people of Serbian ancestry in Australia and New Zealand. Since 2023, the Republic of Serbia has started financing Supplementary School of Serbian Language, History and Culture, in which the curriculum is approved by the Ministry of Education of the Republic of Serbia. I'm glad that the number of children attending this program is constantly growing, and I can say that in this school year we have set the record number of students who are now part of it in Brisbane, Canberra, Auckland, Hamilton, Melbourne, Keysborough, in Greensboro, St. Albans, Geelong, Adelaide. This process will continue this year, with even more groups in Melbourne, in Brunswick, and very first groups organized in Perth, which will mean that we will have a Serbian language schools within this program from the Pacific to the Indian Ocean. In the last 2.5 years, the Republic of Serbia has invested nearly 350,000 Australian dollars in the education of the Serbian community in Australia and New Zealand and the preservation of national identity. Thank you. I am extremely proud of that aforementioned fact, and I believe that such parental care by the Republic of Serbia for its children abroad is really commendable. I would like once again to acknowledge the presence of more than a dozen, I would say, teachers of the Serbian language school who are here with us tonight. Hvala vam na vašem trudu, na vašem doprinosu u podizanju nove generacije Srba u Australiji, Srba koje govore srpski jezik i služe se ćiriličkim pismom. Hvala vam. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like especially to thank the Australian-Serbian Commerce Chamber for its long-term partnership and cooperation since my arrival in Australia. This year, the Australian-Serbian Commerce Chamber celebrates an important milestone, the 10th anniversary of its foundation. During that time, the organization grew in size and prominence both in Australia and more recently in Serbia, where more and more new members have been admitted. I would like to congratulate the Australian-Serbian Commerce Chamber's team this important jubilee, and especially to thank President, Mr. Stanislav Savić, Vice President Stevan Šipka, somewhere in the back, and Secretary of the Chamber, Mr. Goran Droždjibov, for your partnership, hard work, and dedication to this and other joint projects. I am confident that the Australian-Serbian Commerce Chamber will continue to grow and to play a more and more important part in the economic relations between Serbia and Australia. I am looking forward to our new joint endeavors in the months to come. Dear guests, Republic of Serbia, respecting all religions and supporting freedom of religion, is particularly grateful to the Serbian Orthodox Church, which unites the majority of the Serbian people under its auspice. The Serbian Orthodox Diocese of Australia and New Zealand has been the focal point for the Serbian community in this region for decades. I am deeply grateful to His Eminence, Metropolitan Silian, for his cooperation and continuous support to Serbia, to its diplomatic missions, and to me personally. We are fully aware that these days are days of Lent, time of prayer and fasting, so I would like to thank our very reverend fathers who are with us here for tonight. Thank you for coming. Precisely bearing in mind the importance of working together and supporting each other. We have decided to make this tonight's gala also a dedicated donor event, supporting St. Sava College here in Sydney. St. Sava College is currently extending and embarking on the next exciting phase of its existence and development. St. Sava College represents a unique contribution to the rich and mosaic of educational choices available here in Sydney. It is a choice not only for our children and families, our teachers, volunteers, and donors, but also for those who share in the mission values and the values of this school. As the motto of Sava College says, it's the path to life, a path to even stronger Serbian community in Australia. Although there are no obligations whatsoever for you to donate and to make the contribution, as we could hear, this dinner is funded by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Serbia. We think that by donating, each of us can return something for the benefit of our children and for the benefit of our community. So I strongly encourage you to donate as much as you can. Dear friends and ladies and gentlemen, at the end, I would like to express my sincere and deep gratitude to the ethno group Lazarikon and to the Academia Krug Folklore Ensemble, who will show us tonight a small portion of their important repertoires. These two groups, under the leadership of Ms. Dragana Milanovic and Mr. Goran Nikolic, respectively, represent a real example of the way in which the Serbian national and cultural identity is and should be preserved in Australia. Thank you and very warm welcome. I would also like to extend my appreciation to all other sponsors and supporters. Last, but certainly not the least, I would like to thank my small embassy team for their hard work and support. Enjoy this evening. Long live the friendship between Serbia and Australia. Živela Srbija. Hvala vam.
As mentioned earlier, tonight's gala is a dedicated donor event for St. Sava College. To guide us through this donation process tonight, I would like to introduce our dear Prota Miodrag Perić, Dean of St. Lazarus Serbian Orthodox Cathedral. Welcome, Oče Miodraže.
Your Excellency, distinguished representatives of our community, respected members of the clergy, esteemed guests and dear friends, it is a great honor to address you on this significant occasion, marking the anniversary of ties between Belgrade and Canberra and between the Republic of Serbia and the Commonwealth of Australia. On behalf of His Eminence Metropolitan Siluan and the clergy and faithful of the Metropolitanate of Australia and New Zealand of the Serbian Orthodox Church, I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to you all. Today we gather not only to commemorate a historical milestone, but to reaffirm a friendship that has grown steadily through mutual respect, shared values, and meaningful cultural exchange. Over the years, diplomatic relations have moved beyond formality and taken root in genuine cooperation between our communities of Serbia and Australia. The Serbian diaspora in Australia has played a vital role in this journey, serving as a living bridge between our two nations and fostering understanding, goodwill, and enduring connections. This gathering, organized by the Embassy of the Republic of Serbia and the Australian Serbian Commerce Chamber, stands as a testament to our shared commitment to strengthening these ties and exploring new opportunities for collaboration. As we reflect on our shared history, let us also look ahead with confidence. By deepening cooperation in areas such as trade, education, and cultural exchange, we can continue to build bridges that promote prosperity, understanding, and friendship for generations to come. Thank you for being part of this celebration. May the relationship between our nations continue to flourish, enriching our communities and strengthening our common future. God bless you all. Vaša ekscelencijo, ambasadore gospodine Stefanoviću, gospodine Rogan, generalni konzule i gospodo zvaničnici diplomatskog i konzularnog predstavništva Republike Srbije u Australiji, prečasni oci, poštovani gospodine Saviću, predstavnici Australijsko-srpske privredne komore, braće i sestre, dame i gospodo, dragi gosti. U ime njegovog visokopreosveštenstva mitropolita Australijsko-novozelandskog gospodina Siluana i cijele punoće Srpske pravoslavne crkve u Australiji, dozvolite mi da izrazim zahvalnost organizatorima ovog događaja i čestitam značajan jubilej 60 godina plodonosne saradnje između Srbije i Australije, gospodinu ambasadoru, diplomatskom osoblju i službenicima ambasade Republike Srbije, generalnom konzulu i vicekonzulu i osoblju konzulata Republike Srbije. Takođe, da čestitam 10-godišnji jubilej Srpsko-australijskoj, odnosno Australijsko-srpskoj privrednoj komori i da zahvalim gospodinu Saši Saviću i Goranu na njihovom izuzetnom doprinosu, na povezivanju, umrežavanju istaknutih preduzetnika i pojedinaca naše zajednice i ostvarivanju ekonomskih veza između Srbije i Australije. Lično gospodinu ambasadoru i diplomatskim i konzularnim predstavnicima naše matice Republike Srbije u ime njegovog visokopreosveštenstva želim da zahvalim za ogromnu podršku i uzornu saradnju tokom posljednjih nekoliko decenija. Naročito na tome što prepoznaju ulogu najstarije i najznačajnije institucije našeg naroda, to jeste Srpske pravoslavne crkve. Takođe i na večerašnjoj volji i želji da najznačajniji projekat naše crkve i zajednice u Australiji, Koleđ Sveti Sava, pomognu ovim dobrotvornim događajem. Hvala mnogo svima koji pomažu rad naše zajednice i pogotovo rad našeg koleđa i svima čestitam ovaj jubilej i zahvaljujem sa najboljim željama i molitvama da Gospod nas unapredi u našem životu i zajedništvu na dobrobit našeg naroda i naše svete crkve. Živeli i hvala vam.
Thank you, Father Miodrag. Let me please introduce now Dragana Nenadić, one of ASCC Next Gen members who will be leading the fundraising effort. Donations can be made in cash or conveniently via QR code using your smartphone, and every contribution tonight is an investment in the future of our community. Please join me in welcoming Dragana Nenadić. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and again, welcome. Dobro nam došli. Like Sasha mentioned earlier, I am Dragana Nenadić, and I am one of the volunteers as part of the Next Gen chapter of ASCC. A little bit about me, I'm currently studying translating and interpreting in Serbian to continue developing my Serbian skills. I live in the beautiful town of Geelong, and if you follow the AFL, in spirit of the first round this week, I am an avid Cats supporter. After today's experience, I will never complain about traffic in Melbourne again. So I flew in this morning and I got into my little thrifty rental and drove over to the beautiful college that is the Sava College and had the privilege of meeting Father Rade and the beautiful principal, Lela. For me, I didn't need convincing as to why we should donate to the college. Let me remind you all that the work of Father Rade has, this college didn't just appear. This has been a work of the last 30 years. So for me, it's incredible what the perseverance and the vision of one person with the help of others who also believe in it can achieve. And for us tonight, if we continue to contribute and work as a community, hopefully we can see Serbian Orthodox colleges, not just in Sydney, but in every single capital city in Australia. Also, a fun fact that I love is that it is the only Serbian Orthodox college in the Southern Hemisphere. So what an incredible feat. Walking through the grounds, I did speak to Lela about the immediate things that they would love to see for their students. A library, a fully functioning library with a librarian, a canteen that can be open every single day, sporting facilities, resources for the children. If you can agree with me that these are all very, very modest asks, it's not anything out of the ordinary. So for us, any dollar that we can contribute to this beautiful college will mean that the students will receive the best that they can. Also, another thing that really stood out for me is that some of the parents make our trips to the college to drop their children off. So to me, it's really a testament to how important it is that we maintain the schooling through faith, but also through language. Lela told me that they do have Serbian language schools twice a week and also faith-based schools. Being a first-generation child in this country, it's one of those things that if you don't practice your language, you're just going to forget it. So it's so important that we have this. And this year is their first year of welcoming Year 7 students, and they're looking at extending through to Year 12 over the next 5 years. So I really do want to congratulate them in their efforts. What I'm going to ask you now is to dig deep into your pockets, but for most of us, it's going to be our digital pockets. We all have online banking systems now. You will find a QR code on your table or also on the screen in front of you. So if you can grab out your phones now and scan the QR code in front of you, I will guide you through the very simple process that is donating today. So what you will find when you scan the code, you'll have several different options of monetary amounts that you can donate. And also at the bottom, there's a custom amount. So any amount that you can donate is very much appreciated. We also do offer the traditional bulk and payment option, which is cash payments. So of course, with the cash payments, they won't be subject to the platform fee, but keeping in mind that it will be the net donation, so any platform fees also have to be considered. I will be sitting on table 11 with the lovely choir group, so if you do want to make a cash donation, please see me, or I will be also coming around to your tables as well. Please do enjoy the evening, and I look forward to meeting you. Thank you.
I'm practicing, Draganas, I'm practicing, so we have to register, don't we? We have to register, accept everything except for your life, and be generous. I would like to, it's very easy, so you register with your phone number, and then you can offer whatever you can. As many zeros as you can. You can leave a message. Oh, that would be very nice. You can dedicate your donation. If I could also ask now Lazarikon to proceed. Lazarikon has been, the ornament of so many Serbian events in the past and present, and their performance is with 3 songs, Vidovdanske vesti, Moma, and Ovo je Srbija, and after that we'll have a half-an-hour break. Thank you, Lazarikon.
Vidovdane sveti, obasjavaš vekove, kad pogleda nebo, sinove njegove. I Lazar izabra put večnoga mira, zemaljsko ostavim i nebesa biram. Zemaljsko ostavim i nebesa biram. Duša vrednija je od celoga sveta, sve za dušu Lazar dade pre 600 leta. Duša vrednija je od celoga sveta, sve za dušu Lazar dade pre 600 leta. za njim vojska krenu, proslavljajuć Boga, u osvitloga dana sa Kosova polja. Vidovdane dane, istine i slave, i u znameno staše ovenčane glave. U znameno staše ovenčane glave. Duša vrednija je od celoga sveta, sve za dušu Lazar dade pre 600 leta. Duša vrednija je od celoga sveta, sve za dušu Lazar dade pre 600 leta. Sve za dušu Lazar dade pre 600 leta.
Usnila je mama mlada, sanak beše kao danak, i dok zora sunce budi, čežnja konoš para grudi. U san dođe momak mio, korao beli sleti, poljubio i usta medna i u krva boj odleti. Moma, moma, budna sniva, moj Dragane, gde si sad? Vrati mi se živ iz boja, da ti rane celivam. Moma, moma, budna sniva, moj Dragane, gde si sad? Vrati mi se živ iz boja, da ti rane celivam. Opet joj se, dragi, javi, mila moja, žal ne žali, iz boja ću tebi doći, ko nevesti svojoj poći. Znam da vezak suzom miješ, na me misliš i ne spiješ, dok se moliš Svetom Savi, da nas spase i izbavi. Moma, moma, budna sniva, moj Dragane, gde si sad? Vrati mi se živ iz boja, da ti rane celivam. Moma, moma, budna sniva, moj Dragane, gde si sad? Vrati mi se živ iz boja, da ti rane celivam. Moma, moma, budna sniva, moma, moma, budna sniva, moma, moma, budna sniva, da ti rane celivam. Znaš li odakle si, sine? Pogledaj planine sive, zejtilikom cveće procvalo, šumadijom sunce zasjalo. Ovo je Srbija, govore grobovi ratnika iz slavnog vremena. Cvetovi kao od vina, pevaju pesme davnina, odjekuje kao nekada, kraj Drine sa cvetnih livada. Ovo je Srbija, govore grobovi ratnika iz slavnog vremena. Proći ćeš puteve duge, vidjet ćeš krajeve druge, ponesi odavde jedan cvet, nek svi vide, nek zna ceo svet. Ovo je Srbija, govore grobovi ratnika iz slavnog vremena.
Srbija, govore grobovi ratnika i slavnog vremena.
Dragana, how are we going with the nations? This is like Eurovision, guys. I love this. Can you update us, please?
Thanks for your patience again. Hope you're enjoying the dinner. I just wanted to update you and say a huge thank you. We've reached $5,700 so far. So amazing. Great work. How about we try and push it to 10? We've got another hour or so to go. So I really think we can get there. If you do want to see a little bit more about the college itself, you can also head to their website. So the website is, if you just Google St. Sava, you will find it. And they also have a Facebook page and Instagram page where they keep you up to date with anything that's happening, the expansion that's going on at the moment. So yes, continue enjoying your dinner and your drinks and keep donating. Please see me for any cash donations. Thank you.
Thank you, Dragana. In a couple of minutes, we will have the privilege to listen to our cultural program. Before we move to the cultural program, we would like to acknowledge all your donations. Thank you very much. For the Serbian folklore, we would like to specifically thank Academia Krug Sydney, which will present traditional dances from across Serbia. And as we all know, Serbian culture lives through music, tradition, and dance. We will soon welcome the dancers. Thank you. Thank you very much to the Serbian Folklore Assembly Academia Krug. I think it's time to slowly say goodbye to the formal part of the evening, perhaps. On behalf of the Australian Serbian Commerce Chamber and the Embassy of the Republic of Serbia and the Commonwealth of Australia, thank you so much for being part of this wonderful evening. A special thank you once again to our partners, Bonnie Rig Sports Club and Design Q, for the generous support. Please, guys, you have your QR codes, you still have time, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll pass on the baton to Goran to also say the final closure.
You said everything, but just like one more song for the
One more song, last song, and we will conclude the evening with that. Thank you.
Amen.